Okay, everybody, I think we're ready to get started. Can somebody open up the curtains? I want to get going. Please open up the curtains. Let's go already. Thank God. All right. Well, welcome to Season 2 of theartofthename.com. It's not Homeland, but hopefully it's still going to be pretty good. For those of you that haven't watched Season 1 or 2 of Homeland, I suggest you catch up quick. Homeland is pretty darn good, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. All right, the curtains are bugging me. Can you guys get rid of the curtains? All right, excellent. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start out by thanking everybody who nominated me for the Traffic Awards. I appreciate it. It's nice to know your hard work is appreciated and that you're recognized by members of your peers and things like that. You know how it goes. Anyway, I'm not going to try to raise votes for me or recruit votes, but I will tell you that you should go ahead and vote for Barbara New. I saw she was nominated in one category, and she is an incredible woman, an incredible person, and I feel lucky to know her. Anyway, in the last little while, I had to upgrade my computer. I had to buy a new one because I was getting the blue screen of death on my PC, and I got it about 4 or 5 times, so I figured it's time for an upgrade. So I got a new computer, more RAM, and all that cool stuff. And it was Windows 8. Now it's Windows 8.1 because with Windows 8 they took away the Start button. But with Windows 8.1, if you download the patch, you get it back plus a few other things. All you really have to remember is click to go to the desktop, and away you go, and then everything's the same as it was before. Anyway, so I figured I'd pull up some, I'm just going to look over here for a minute. I wanted to pull up some fan letters, because I did get some letters or a couple announcements that came out about me being involved in traffic somehow. And like Rick said, more details will be announced when he and I are, and Howard and everybody else is ready to announce them. But anyway, here's a couple of letters that I got. One was from a guy named Paul. He says, you and Rick working together is a great thing for the industry, and I agree with Rick that traffic helped make the new TLDs much bigger than they ever would have been without traffic. Well, that's true. I mean, I think that traffic helped catapult .xxx into stardom, and they handed out T-shirts at the show and everything. It was a big thing for .xxx, and I think it was big for .co. And I think that if any new of the GTLDs want to make a big splash, they should really unveil at traffic, because I think it's going to be good advertising, and it'll get them in the hands of the speculators, which will be the ones buying more than 1 or 2 domain names. Anyway, I got another letter here. It says you'd be an excellent addition to the traffic team. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's from Norman. And then this one, sometimes I'm going to read some of the not so nice letters too, because I think it's important to get those out in the open as well. So I'll read this one to you. It's in point form, so it's pretty easy. It says, hi Adam, I heard about the traffic thing. I just want to tell you, your forum stinks. You're a big spammer and you sell your names by spamming. I really don't like you much. You won't be able to let me. You won't let me ramble anymore about political threads because you banned me. I think you're an asshole. I've never posted a thread about a domain name in the last 7 years, but I'm going to trash you on all the other forums because I really don't like you. And oh, that one's from my mom. Thanks a lot, Mom. Cut it out and please stop sending in these emails. And here's another one. It says, my wife no longer wants to have sex with me. What can I do about this? And it's signed Bill Clinton. Bill, please, as I've told you 4 or 5 times before, please send these to Dr. Ruth. I'm not Dr. Ruth. I have no advice for you. Work it out yourself. Anyway, then I get some other ones. Your interviews have been the best at the last 2 traffic shows. Keep them coming. For those, I come for the information, not the stars. I come to learn about domains and how I can build my portfolio. Can't wait to see you talking next October. Well, that was good. Thank you very much for that, Bob, Robert. I appreciate that. So that's the end of your mailbag. Let's go on to something else. There was a joke running around for quite a while about how men are always saying, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? So lately there's this thing circulated by a lot of the women on Facebook, and it's kind of funny, and they deserve their day in court. And it says, women are fighting back against that why buy the cow when you get the milk for free by saying, why do they need to take the whole pig when they just want a little sausage? And I thought that was kind of funny and cute, and I enjoyed it. Anyway, that's the end of that. Recently, I had some good PR from Vic Dixon from Name.com. He does quite a few videos, and he mentioned me in his video. He noticed that I added him to Twitter, and he was sort of happy with that, I think, and he did a little video to show his appreciation. Yeah, I did start following you on Twitter. I think your videos are cool, and I love your hairdo. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, so that's that. So let's get back to a little bit more serious stuff. Rick and Howard from Traffic. I was thrilled. I am thrilled to be involved with Rick and Howard and Barbara Alina in any way possible. Forgetting Traffic, they're great people, and I enjoy even spending time with them on a personal level. I know they have some great plans to build even bigger Traffic, and I look forward to it and to being involved in part of its growth. But as Rick said, more details will follow, and he'll release them. I did have a couple issues after a few calls with Rick and Howard. I noticed I started to get a little crustier, and I started to do some strange things. My youngest daughter, Amanda, the other day brought me some artwork to look at that she made, and she was so proud of it. She made it at camp, and she brought it in. She said, "Here, Dad, look at my artwork." And I looked at it, and I just handed it back to her, and I said, "This is pigeon shit." And she started to cry, and I felt bad. So I will have to watch that as well. And that's really the other thing that Rick told me is that I can no longer be nice to people when they have really shitty, crappy domain names. Because it's a hard thing to tell somebody when they give you a domain name. Can you change this for me, or can you look at my list and stuff? And you really want to tell them it's all horseshit, but you can't because you don't want to crush them totally. But the new thing is that I really need to tell people that their domains suck instead of trying to be nice. For example, we all know that .asia, .us, .tel, and .mobi pretty much suck. I mean, you can add a few more in there, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I haven't seen that many that are of that value. The US never grasped on .us, they're .com people. .asia has 500,000 sales, so I guess it's doing all right, but I'd never buy one. And .tel and .mobi, well, they speak for themselves. I'm sure they're doing fine. They don't need me. But whatever, I'm sure a lot of people have them, I just don't like them. So I'm going to have to be honest and tell people, yeah, this is what's going on, and I don't really like them or I like them. So don't be surprised if I tell you straight up and save you some time and some headaches with developing them out. They just stink. Anyway, in the last month I had a nice visitor. I had Morgan Linton was up here. His wife was visiting some relatives in the Toronto area. And he called me a few weeks before he was coming up and arranged to have lunch, and we did meet. We had a good sushi lunch. I enjoyed his company, and he was the first guy that I brought back to my lair and showed him around the house. So it was pretty cool. And then he asked if we could do a picture, and I thought, okay, that sounds cool too. Where do you want to have the picture? Well, he wanted to have the picture taken in front of this picture here because it's a picture that everybody sees in the videos. So we took a picture, and it was nice. And then we went to for coffee, where I go every morning at about 8:30. And I had a coffee with him. We chatted. It was really nice. It was a good time. I enjoyed the conversation with him. And Morgan and I decided that we're going to put together a new ebook for the domaining community. And both of us are going to chip in some knowledge and some expertise to make it one of the best books around. So I'm looking forward to working with Morgan on that project. And like I said, I enjoyed having him around. And I've enjoyed having a lot of coffee meetings with people. There's still a lot of people that take me up. I've had people from the United States call and say, can I come up and sit with you for an hour and have coffee? Of course, I'd be thrilled to sit with them and have coffee and talk to them, because I enjoy those meetings as much as they do, and sometimes I get a lot out of them as well. So it's good. I would suggest you guys, if you can, meet people in your areas for coffee, and at least you have somebody to talk to that understands the same thing and the same topics and the same struggles and the same joys that you have with domaining. It's a good idea for you. So now we're going to talk about something else. We're really going to switch into more technical domaining, and not really domaining, but a few things you guys should know about. Just going to take some water before we go on. All right, so these days, 32% of CEOs are on at least one social network. Well, you don't have to do the math to know that most of them are not. And eventually that is going to change, because companies are putting teams together, 3 or 4 people, to monitor what people are saying about the companies that they work for on social media. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea to get on social media if you're not already. And one of the things I want to talk about today is the benefits of how to use LinkedIn properly. Because LinkedIn, if you're serious about business and you want to do business or you want to build your company, you want to get more exposure, LinkedIn is the best place to do it. It's the best place to make contacts that can actually help you with grow your business or further yourself in your career. And if you're looking for a career, it's the best place to post. So I'm going to give you some quick tips on LinkedIn and what you should do. You can get a custom URL like you can on Facebook with linkedin.com/ whatever you want, providing it's available. I think I'm /Adam Dicker, but I'm not sure. I think it is. Anyway, so let's talk about LinkedIn for a minute. So groups that are similar to your competitors, they won't really get you any benefit. It'll just be good for you to connect with them, but you want to join groups that are similar to you so that you can network and participate in online discussion panels. But again, you don't want these groups to be your only connections because essentially those are your competitors. And be careful of what groups you do join, or it will be like Facebook where you end up in premium domains group, and then next thing you know you get gfhzpqlm-xztlp.info or .asia, and they ask, is this domain valuable? I'm selling it. It's a premium domain name and I want $100,000 for it. I hate those groups, and I find them very annoying. I don't want my mail and my folders clogged up with junk like that, but when you join those groups, that's what you get a lot of the times. So generally, don't stick with the pack because there's no business within the pack. I mean, it's best to lead the pack instead of be part of the pack. Number two, just because LinkedIn allows you to join 50 groups doesn't mean you should. You can't actively participate in 50 groups, so pick 10 that interest you. I would make at least half of them business related and then add the other half as things that you're interested in. If you're interested in, I don't know, the Dallas Cowboys, the Oklahoma Sooners, the Toronto Maple Leafs, if you're into football, if you're into basketball, if you're into poker, whatever you're into, if you want to learn about maternity, you want to learn about whatever you want, whether it's cord blood or whether it's something else you're interested in or just something in your area. You can join those groups and at least they'll be entertaining, but at least make half of them related to growing your business. Things that you're actually interested in, stuff that you would actually go to look up on the internet that you'd like to take part in. Okay, number three, always write your summary in the first person, not in the third. So write it like you're speaking directly to someone and to your readers, and it'll be better received. Always include all of your contact information. Most people say they want to be contacted, but they don't include enough information. So make sure that you make it easy for people to get a hold of you, and don't worry about giving out your contact information because most people can find most of it through Google search anyway. Then also, just like domaining, when choosing a headline, use words that are relevant to your skills and words people would use to search for you, not what you want, but what people would search for. So it's exactly like domaining. Just because you like a domain name doesn't mean it's going to be good. You have to make sure that it's the same thing that people would be Googling or what they'd be looking for. So, and then there's stuff you can do with your company on LinkedIn. So make sure you make a company page if you do have your own company or your own business. And those pages can be used to share more about your company's products and services to potential customers. And they'll get to it if you belong to a group. They may click your name and it may lead them to your company page as well. Just like Facebook, you can post updates to your company page and make sure that you share links as well. And research other company pages as well, so you know similar brands, what they do, and you can look at Facebook pages and create a good LinkedIn page so you can always know what your competition is up to and take a look what they're doing. But make sure you have a pretty up-to-date company page for yourself and post your updates. If you have a blog, make sure they post to your company page as well so you get more exposure there. Then you can also advertise your company page if you're interested. Your company can work directly with LinkedIn advertising and marketing to set up its own page. They'll help you. You can also get a book by Victoria Ipri. She's the author, and the book is called LinkedIn for the Clueless. Now, I'm not saying you're clueless, but it's a pretty good book to give you some more information. You can probably skip the first few chapters, but there's a lot of good marketing tips in there as well, so you may want to look at that. Love it or hate it, social media is here to stay. And if you are trying to build a business or running a business or building a company, LinkedIn is a really good one to get heavily involved in. It does offer a lot of benefits. and not a lot of drawbacks. And for what you get, even if you upgrade to one of the pro accounts, it's well worth it. You can reach out to people, and I've used it many times to find people that have helped me to get to the right people to sell domains. So I'd strongly recommend you get even a free account on LinkedIn and start to use it and start to become familiar with it. And then as far as social media goes, there's a new site called Quora, Quora. It's pretty cool. It's a good site, and it gives you the latest news, the latest stories. I've read some good stuff on there. They have an app for it on Android and on Apple, so you can do that as well and look at it. It's got some pretty good information. And you can add me on Quora. I'm probably under adam@dcg.com. You can add me on LinkedIn. I'm under adam@dcg.com, and I think, like I said, I'm linkedin.com/adamdicker. You can add me to Facebook. Just search me out as Adam Dicker. And let's start communicating more on social network, and let's make some connections. You should also probably set up an account for yourself at Klout.com. I think it's Klout.com. It allows you to hook up with all kinds of people from all kinds of different networks all at once, and it's pretty interesting. It also allows you to import your LinkedIn, your Facebook, and your Twitter contacts to help build your network. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do, and hopefully everything will be, you'll be able to figure it all out pretty easily. I think you will. And I've given you the book to read if you're interested. You can get it at Amazon or wherever you want, a local bookstore, whatever. And we'll see you in the next video. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm getting kind of a bit of a headache now, so I think I'm going to stop recording the video. I guess that's why. Anyway, I'm going to stop recording now, and we'll see you a bit later. Have a great day, and take care. Bye-bye.